I'm Dr. Kyle Harner from Carolina Arthritis Center. Our joint pain and stiffness holding you back at Carolina Arthritis Center in Greenville. We're here to help you move forward. Our board-certified rheumatologists and trained nurse practitioners specialize in diagnosing and treating inflammatory arthritis, lupus, osteoporosis, and other autoimmune conditions. With on-site lab testing, digital x-rays, bone density scans, and infusion therapy, we provide comprehensive care all under one roof. Since 2001, we've been committed to personalized, compassionate care for patients across Eastern North Carolina. Take the first step towards better health today. Call Carolina Arthritis Center at 252-321-8474, 252-321-8474, or visit carolina-arthritis.com. Carolina Arthritis Center, where your journey to health begins.
Good morning, good morning, Pitt County. Good morning, and welcome to another incredible episode of Pitt Perspective right here on Awesome Radio 107.5 FM and 1570 AM. WECU. Yes, it's been a very interesting week. As always, this is the show where we share stories, celebrate culture, and inspire community right here from the heart of Greenville, Pitt County, Eastern North Carolina. I'm your host, Victor, and I'm joined by my two wonderful, amazing, incredible co-hosts, EY and Patrick. How you guys doing, fellas? How you guys doing?
Good morning.
I like that. Everyone's excited.
So it reminds me of today's show in Lagos.
Okay.
Okay. It's very well.
What's up, Greenville?
What's going on this morning? This is AY, and we're so excited to be here. It's great perspective, and we are happy we're excited and our voices to be in the studio this morning. It's a wonderful Saturday morning, and we have a very packed show for you this morning. And we're happy that you are on the other side listening to us.
Yes,
Yes, good morning.
President
Good morning.
President Jesse.
Good morning. Good morning. Good perspectives. This is Patrick again on the 1, the 2, the 3, the awesome radio. It's an amazing Saturday morning as always. Good morning, Africa. Good morning, South America. Good morning, North America. Good morning, Europe. Good morning, Asia. Good morning, Antarctica. If anybody's there and breathing. Good morning, Oceania and Australia.
Yes.
Am I missing anybody? Good morning, everybody. How are y'all doing? I'm sure y'all excited. And hey, happy belated Boyfriend's Day to those of you in relationships. Yes.
Friends. Those of us that are spiritual boyfriends.
What? Anyways, yeah.
That's the point.
That's interesting. Yes, that's right. Love and relationships always tie back to culture. Yes, which leads us into today's
very interesting stuff we have. But first,
let's get into our
community news, proudly presented by our friends at Carolina Arthritis Center.
What do we have, guys?
Yes, I have here. It says career fair aims to help workforce development and meet high unemployment rates.
Yes, the Better Skills, Better Jobs Career Fair returned for its fifth year at the Greenville Convention Center.
This week, offering hope to job seekers facing one of the toughest job markets in over a decade. Recent
frustrations with waiting and struggling to find employment while
older workers how much harder job hunting has compared to the past.
The event comes as the unemployment rate for young degree holders has reached its highest point in 12 years, excluding the pandemic, according to the Associated Press. Despite these challenges, many attendees said the career fair gave them new opportunities and valuable connections. With in-person networking becoming rare in a digital-first job market, participants found the events especially helpful. Sponsors included East Carolina University, Pitt County Economic Development, Greenville ENC Alliance, and others committed to strengthening workforce development in Eastern North Carolina. Great stuff, great stuff.
Yeah. We also have Pitt County announces early voting schedule for the 2025 municipal elections.
Yes, early voting is officially set to begin in Pitt County on Wednesday, October 16, 2025 at 8 a.m. and will run through Saturday, November 1st, 2025 at 3 p.m. Residents who want to participate in the upcoming municipal elections can take advantage of this period to cast their ballots ahead of Election Day. According to the Pitt County Board of Elections, this window gives voters more flexibility and helps reduce long lines on Election Day. The voter registration deadline is Friday, October 10th, so anyone who hasn't registered should act quickly. After early voting ends on November 1, the official municipal election day will take place on Tuesday, November 5 from 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. For more details about locations and requirements, residents can visit www.pittcountync.gov/elections. This year's schedule makes it clear Pitt County is working to ensure everyone has the chance to make their voice heard. We are still here on Pitt Perspectives live on Awesome Radio Network. We'll be back after this short break. Don't touch the dial. Boom.
Hello, my name is Dr. Wiley Nithon. Thank you for listening to Awesome Radio, 107.5 FM, 1570 AM, WECU.
I'm Dr. Kyle Harner from Carolina Arthritis Center. Living with arthritis or joint pain doesn't have to limit your life. At Carolina Arthritis Center in Greenville, we're Eastern North Carolina's only private, single-specialty rheumatology clinic dedicated exclusively to your joint health. Our experienced team offers comprehensive care all under one roof, from consultations and joint injections to on-site laboratory, x-ray, bone density testing, and our specialized infusion suite. No more running around to multiple locations for your arthritis evaluation. When you need expert rheumatology care, choose the specialist who focus solely on conditions like yours every single day. Carolina Arthritis Center, where your mobility and comfort are our main priority. Call 252-321-8474 or visit carolina-arthritis.com to schedule your consultation today. Again, that number is 252-321-8474. Carolina Arthritis Center, where your journey to health begins.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're tuned in to the best radio weekend Saturday morning radio show in all of Eastern North Carolina. This is Pitt Perspectives live on Awesome Radio Network, 107.5 FM, 1570 AM, WECU. And it's me, Victor, with AY and Patrick. And just before we went on that quick break, we were bringing you the top community news recap, proudly presented by Carolina Arthritis Center. Guys, let's take it away.
All right. The next news says portions of South Green Street and the Pitt Green Connector closing for resurfacing.
Yes, portions of South Green Street and Pitt Green Connector are now closed as crews begin resurfacing work connected to the city's $48.5 million build project. The closures, which stretch from West 5th Street to Dickinson Avenue, started Wednesday and are expected to last 1 to 2 weeks depending on the weather. The resurfacing is part of a major infrastructure investment that began in August 2023 to improve transportation in downtown Greenville. Drivers are advised to plan ahead and use detour routes until work is complete. More details and updated timelines can be found at buildprojects.greenvillenc.gov. Yes.
We also have
Farmville holds
Farmville holds groundbreaking for new fire station.
Yes. Yes, the town of Farmville celebrated the groundbreaking of its long-awaited new fire station, a project that leaders say has been 6 years in the making. Phase 1 of the $5.7 million project will feature a 5-bay garage, office space, storage areas, and a decontamination room. Construction is funded through a $3.7 million federal grant secured by Senator Tom Tillis and a $2 million loan approved earlier this month. Town officials say the project is crucial to replacing the nearly 100-year-old current fire station. Wow. Plans for a second phase include dormitories, training rooms, and expanded office spaces, though funding has yet to be secured. Phase 1 construction, led by Farmville-based Fario and Sons, is expected to be complete by mid-August 2026. Yes, great stuff. Yes, the final one, guys.
Yes, East Carolina University ranked among best value colleges in North Carolina.
Come on, one time for ECU. Yes, East Carolina University has been named one of the top 3 best value public universities in North Carolina, according to the latest US News and World Report rankings. The ranking recognizes schools that combine strong academics with affordability, taking into account financial aid, grants, and scholarships. ECU also earned recognition as a top performer on social mobility, ranking 117th of 433 institutions for supporting economically disadvantaged students. The university also scored highly in entrepreneurship, nursing, engineering, and business programs, with several degree programs ranking among the best in the nation. ECU placed 4th among UNC system schools in the best for veterans category and landed at number 192 among 434 national universities overall. Officials say the recognition highlights ECU's mission to provide accessible, high quality education for students across the region. So, what are the 3?
I head ahead for ECU.
Yes, yes. So the 3 pillars of ECU is student success, public service, and regional transformation. So great stuff, guys. Yes, that's all we have today on our top community news recap, proudly presented by our friends at Carolina Arthritis Center. Yes, guys. Now on to our community voices section. Yes, this week on Pitt Perspectives, we are tackling a big question. We're always tackling big questions. Yes, tradition versus progress when culture becomes a cage. This is a very interesting one. You know, some traditions keep us rooted, but others hold us back. So, how do we know when to preserve culture and when to let go for the sake of growth? You know, so um, when we talk about culture and tradition, I think we are talking not just about, say, our experience of the culture around here. I think it's also safe to say we'll be talking about our own cultures, like back home, whether it's the Yoruba culture or the Igbo culture or the Oza culture or, the Nigerian culture, so, or the African culture even. Did I pronounce it well? Oza.
No,
Say it.
not even close.
Say it. Say it.
Also,
What's the difference?
big difference, huge difference.
Well, I would have asked AY, but AY will side you, but it's fine. Yes. So, so yes, tradition can be beautiful, as you know. Tradition gives us identity, rituals and ways of belonging. But I think the challenge comes when tradition starts limiting opportunities, like when certain, I'm probably going to catch a flag for this, like when certain rules are tied strictly to gender. That's when the tension begins. So let's talk about, say, culture and tradition, if it's a cage or when it could be a cage. And we want to hear from you at home too. I know we have some call-in questions too.
Yeah.
Yes, I know we have some calling questions. We want to know which traditions do you think we must keep and which ones are holding us back? And then how do you personally balance respect for your roots with the need to move forward? So what you guys think, guys? Let's throw the floor open. Bang, 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 bang.
Okay. Well, I would like to start by saying that personally, I think I like the idea of tradition and culture, and this is strictly because understanding the fact that tradition is we passing down our heritage, as it were, or our
Mhm.
way of life,
Mhm.
culture, from generation to generation, and preserving our identity,
Right.
which is something that I'm very, very big on in terms of identity. Um, different people have what they are, used to, from their roots,
Right.
and keeping it. If you don't actively preserve and keep those things, it will be lost over time, right? And we can see that obviously in our society today, from generation to generation. You see that some of the very core of our traditions have been eroded by other cultures from outside, right? So for every people, and I'm not even just saying
Right.
Africans alone, for
Right.
every
I
people, they
mean,
have,
that's a very
yeah,
interesting thought
they
of
have
you there
their
too.
they have their own tradition. And
Right.
of course, it's good to mix with other people, and let's um there be that synergy in terms of how we relate, right?
Right.
However, if you do not have your own, like your own core in your person, your own identity, there's nothing to bring to the table when we all come together, in that sense, when you are mixing with other people. When you understand who you are, it's even easier to be able to absorb other people's culture, because that way you don't lose yourself in the process.
Okay. You don't
Even though
lose your
you,
identity.
yeah, you don't lose your own identity in the
Right.
process, but you are able to then find a way to mix it with other people's culture and enjoy their own culture
Right.
without losing your own. But
Interesting.
what most people do is try to replace, and I don't think it should be that way. We shouldn't be replacing, oh, because we see something good in other people. Yes, we can adopt it, but we shouldn't be doing replacement that, okay, because I want to be like this person, then I have to forget about where I'm coming from. No, we should always still, project our own identity, project our traditions, while absorbing,
That's very
yeah, other
interesting.
people's,
That's very
yeah.
interesting. And I mean, I don't mean to be controversial about this, but people don't realize how pervasive the American culture is, in the sense that the American culture influences things, in other parts of the world, whether it's the movies, whether it's
Yeah.
the music, whether it's the, all of those things. I think a close example is how in Nigeria, around the time there is summer here, people do classes, summer holiday classes, but
Yeah.
Nigeria doesn't experience summer. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
one example of, culture, how culture becomes, and people charge hefty amounts for, and it's being framed as this top thing. Yes, guys. Yes, we'll be going on a quick break. You're still tuned to Awesome Radio.
Hi, my name is Tracy. Thank you for listening to Awesome Radio 107.5 FM, 1570 AM, WECU.
There will be a series of Pitt County municipal candidate forums beginning September 30th to October 10th for Ayden, Grifton, Farmville, Fountain, Winterville, Bethel, and Greenville. The full schedule is on our website, awesomeradionetwork.org. Click on the WECU logo. You will also see a link to a candidate's question form where you can write in questions to the candidates, and our moderators will read them for you. You can even be anonymous. For more information, reach us at 252-756-3137. We look forward to your presence at these Pitt County Municipal Candidate Forums for Ayden, Grifton, Farmville, Fountain, Winterville, Bethel, and Greenville, September 30th through October 10th. See the full schedule, dates, times, and locations on our website, awesomeradionetwork.org. Click on the WECU logo. We can be reached at 252-756-3137.
Yes, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. If you're just joining us or you just stumbled on this channel, you're tuned into Pete Perspectives, the best, weekend early morning show east of North Carolina. Yes, this is Pete Perspectives on Awesome Radio Network, 107.5 FM, 1570 AM, WECU. Why are you laughing, Gen Z?
You sound as if you want to sleep.
It's your turn today.
Yes,
These guys are coming for me. Yes, we're talking about culture, tradition versus progress when culture becomes a kid. So, and I see what you mean, AY, with the way it's framed, it feels like tradition is at odds with progress. But um, I think in some cases, or in most cases, it seems like tradition, because they are deeply rooted in our identity, for instance, sometimes it's a constant pull, with progress. On some level, I mean, I hate to be political, but in some parts of the world, no names mentioned, it seems like a lot of the crisis in a lot of political settings has also been that pull between tradition, or what people perceive to be tradition, and progress. And change is very painful, change is scary. So there is almost like a reflexive kickback against progress, because people don't want to lose their identities. Yes, we're still here. We still want to hear from you all. We still have our questions. Our questions are: which traditions do you think we must keep? And which ones are holding us back? And how do you personally balance respect for your roots with the need to move forward? Let's tackle the questions too, guys. So, yeah, Patrick, you are coming for me. Let me come for you now. Yes, which traditions do you think are, we must keep? I mean, in your own case now, and which ones are holding us back? And how do you personally balance respect for your roots with the need to move forward?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
honestly, I'm gonna say this is a great topic. First of all, culture is not or traditions for the most part. It's we're not trying to change it, but it's always meant to be adapted to new situations or new ways of life.
Okay.
It's not about changing it, but adapting it to the way life is going. Because change is inevitable. Like it's always things are
Change is
always
what?
inevitable.
Okay.
It's always going to things are always going to be changing,
Right.
and we need to update ourselves.
Right.
So it's all about updating the culture, not changing it.
I see what you mean.
So that's how I see it.
Right.
And people that are traditionalists or very culture centric wouldn't feel that way, because they're always talking about this is how things should be done. This is how things
And they
should
feel
be.
protective of
Yes,
sorts.
they feel like the new generation, for example, is not as proactive or
Right.
as religious or as outgoing. They say go touch grass or something. That's the American thing. Go touch grass. Because people are always on their devices and all
Right.
that. That's where that saying comes from.
Oh.
And other things like so in essence, it's meant to, as I said, to be evolved. Different generations face different things, and for me, for example, I like my traditions. I
Like,
embrace.
share with us what aspects of your tradition.
What aspects?
you know?
The aspect that let's say the general African tradition. I'll say, for example, I'll give you a simple example, like the way you're raised. Most African parents will raise you to. You can never say your dad's name. I can't
Oh
say.
yeah.
I, I've never heard myself even say my dad's name.
I mean,
The
the
only
only say
ones
their
I-
dad's name here.
Eh?
Do people say their dad's name here?
I don't know, man.
I mean, obviously, people say dad, blah blah blah, but I've heard people, call and
Right.
even okay, forget the dad. That's maybe a little bit more difficult, but professors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just elderly
Calling
people.
adults by
Yeah.
their name, for
Yeah.
instance.
Yes, you can never call an
Bro.
adult by their name. Like it don't make sense. But that's tradition. If I was to go back home today and now because I'm older, I can now just go to
You can't even. I mean, it
exactly.
feels
Even the fact
weird
that I've
here,
grown
even
up,
calling folks that are close to us,
yes.
by their names.
Yeah.
It's weird, actually.
In fact,
Feels
my
weird.
own sisters cannot call me by my
Yeah,
name.
that's too. We
because
have
I'm the
a thing
oldest.
for.
My
Oh, look
brother has
at
never
you.
called me by my name.
What does he call you?
He calls me older brother.
Like in your language?
Yes.
What's it?
Uh,
Say it. Come
yeah,
on. Tradition, culture. Say it. I'm sure they
Yeah.
want to hear it.
Yeah. He calls me Mukubo, which is like it means.
Slow down.
Why are you always on my?
We
case?
want to hear it. That's the thing. They call you what?
Chrotman.
You've
You
changed it
you
it was
started
Kuba
now.
or
Yes,
something
I'll say
before.
2 years.
Rossman.
It's not really Ross.
This guy. Rottweiler.
Yes.
Hukubo.
Mukubwa.
Mukubwa.
Yes.
What's that mean?
Older brother.
Oh,
Like,
that's
say,
interesting.
like
So in
Egbon.
my culture, yeah, Egbon is
Egbon,
Yoruba,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, we do Dede in my culture. So you call Dede, and then you can put the person's name
Yes.
at the end.
At the end,
you know,
yeah.
Dede, Da for the ladies. That's a very
brother.
What's funny is
brother.
yes. What's funny is
Brother.
my sisters call him. They say the same word, but say
Mukuba, yeah,
his
his
yeah,
name,
but
yeah.
say his name.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
for me,
yeah.
it's just a name.
Mukuba.
That means I'm the oldest one.
Yeah.
Like
So you are the
every-
ultimate
Yes.
Okubo.
Yes.
The Mukuba in
Yes.
general.
And that's
Mukubo
culture.
in chief.
Yes, and that's culture.
Yeah, that's
they-
interesting.
Yes, they grew up with that, and it's always gonna be there. You know?
Yeah.
So we're not gonna change that. You know, it's something we're always gonna have, and that's the younger gen, and even the older, even Gen Alpha, them being
Right.
You know,
Right.
some of them were born in 2013, starting onward. The oldest of them was born in 2013. So you see, they still have that. So tradition's meant to be,
Right.
updated.
And
as opposed to-
look at so I remember, so you guys were talking about culture, tradition, maybe limiting progress. By tradition, of course I know that there might be some things that are a bit controversial and
Right.
shouldn't be in that sense.
Like gender roles.
But
for
yeah, kind of.
instance.
Well, no, we'll get into that maybe in one of maybe by next.
No, say it.
No,
We
no,
are
no.
talking
Like
about it.
today, like in the next segment, we're
Oh,
looking
okay,
at the time.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay,
But like,
okay.
I just wanted to say
Right.
this. So, for example, when I say culture, for example, in the American culture, we have things like say Thanksgiving.
Okay.
For example, that's tradition.
Mhm.
I think Super Bowl too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's a
big,
culture,
it's
that's a
tradition.
huge
It's
tradition.
American.
Right.
Everybody is excited.
Right.
Personally, I'm very excited about Thanksgiving though. I think that's like my biggest American tradition. That's my
Oh, yeah?
favorite, honestly.
Thanksgiving because
Yes,
of the
Thanksgiving,
food, right?
because of the food, and then I think the break.
Oh, okay, the break.
break
Okay,
is
that makes
cool,
sense.
yeah.
Bro, any break is welcome,
Yeah.
man.
No, I mean it's different for like say spring break or even summer.
Right.
Those are longer breaks
Right,
too, but
right,
like
right.
there's the festivity that come with Thanksgiving that I kind of
Right.
enjoy in a way that is different from even say Christmas. Maybe because Christmas is celebrated across the world.
And it's different here too.
But
with
Thanksgiving
Christmas.
is
Yeah.
just American. I don't think there's any other country that's I don't maybe
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
Canada.
I don't know that.
But I
It's
think
American,
it's
yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
it's
and they
rooted
try
in
to stay
American.
away from the politics of Thanksgiving too, because a lot of people have a lot to say about the
Yeah.
origins and the backstory and all that. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
well,
then.
but like based on my own experience, I've had just two since I came,
Oh, yeah?
and it's been very, very interesting. The first one especially was,
Tell us about it.
Yeah, I traveled. I left.
Oh, the one you went to Virginia or
No,
something.
no, I went to Maryland.
Yeah, Maryland.
And I'm
Okay.
going again this year.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Praise the Lord.
I mean,
interesting.
it was so much fun. And Thanksgiving usually will fall during my birthday too.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because my birthday is usually the last week of November, so every year. So it will usually fall around that time. So
Oh,
that's
no,
like
I
another
see.
reason why it's special to me. So that's tradition, right? So I'm not talking about the toxic or maybe the negative. Of course, that's why we're here. We'll talk about everything. So maybe when we come back, we'll get to that. But yes, that's what when I say tradition.
yes.
And of course, in the African tradition too, we see things like the way we celebrate marriages. That's tradition. Naming ceremonies. There are things we
Bro.
do around. That's tradition.
Right.
And there are people today who don't even do those things anymore because of the influence of external
Right.
cultures from other places.
Progress, progressive.
I won't call that progress
Well,
because I don't think there's anything wrong in acknowledging the way we do our things. I see people who still do those things. The way they name their children, there's the ceremony around it, there's everything. I know people who don't do it anymore.
So you will need to give a context. So in the Yoruba culture, I think after the 8th day,
yes,
the baby is named.
Yes.
There's a whole ceremony.
Yes.
To it. I think
And
it's
there are
important to mention
things that we
still.
use like cola nuts, like honey, like
wow, okay.
yeah, we use all those materials. But I think we'll have to go on this break.
Yes. You're still tuned to Awesome Radio Network, and this is Pitt Perspectives. Don't touch the dial. Boom.
Hello, my name is Tracy, and you're listening to Awesome Radio 107.5 FM, 1570 AM, WECU Radio. Thank you.
CPR is an emergency response technique to help keep blood circulating in a person who has suffered cardiac arrest. CPR can increase chances of survival for cardiac arrest victims outside a hospital by 2 to 3 times. If you find yourself near someone having a cardiac emergency, call 911 immediately. If they are unresponsive, not breathing, and do not have a pulse, perform CPR while you await for emergency personnel to arrive.
CPR Stat. We are a staff development company and is the gateway to your successful training journey. We are located at 2405 Charles Boulevard, Greenville, and with training facilities in Raleigh and Wilmington. If you individually or your company need CPR training just starting out or to be updated and compliant, we're just a phone call away. 252-470-6165. Learn more about us at cprstat.com. There, you can book a class, see all our services, and the training schedule. CPR Stat 252-470-6165. We will train CPR at your location or one of ours in Greenville, Raleigh, or Wilmington. All classes are by appointment only and are offered Monday through Saturday. CPR Stat 252-470-6165. That's 252-470-6165.
Yes. You're still tuned into Pitt Perspectives, the show where we share stories, celebrate culture, and inspire community right here from Greenville, the heart of Eastern North Carolina, to the rest of the world. Shout out to everyone listening in from Greenville, Pitt County, Eastern North Carolina, Nigeria, Lagos, Aba, South Africa, Johannesburg. Yes, it's still me, Victor, AY, and Patrick Mukuba. Yes, we're talking about tradition and versus progress, when culture becomes a cage. Yes. So I just thought about it when the break was on, how even football, soccer, like we call it, is a huge tradition. I remember every time Nigeria has a game, bro, like the nation comes to a standstill. Like there are folks on the streets, everyone stops to watch the game.
Yeah.
And every time Nigeria loses a game, it feels like there is mourning. Yeah, like it's that big of a deal. I remember, I think it was the World Cup before this, when we played a qualifiers game against Ghana in Abuja, and we lost because I remember, unfortunately, it was by a goal. I think it was this former Arsenal Ghanaian guy. What's his name? It's a midfielder.
Oh,
I have his.
um,
I have his Thomas Partey. Yes, he scored from outside the 18. The game ended 1-0. Bro, like fans literally tore down the stadium. Like they thought, I think FIFA fined NFF because of that. Yeah. So just because of how much, how much passion, how deeply rooted, you know, the culture is, or that tradition. So, but I think something else I wanted to talk about too is what traditions we probably wouldn't want to keep,
Yes.
because there's so much about tradition and the ones we want to keep. So what traditions, maybe not entirely throw away, but
since
customize.
you are doing
Yeah. I wanted to. This is not necessarily a tradition or whatever, but it goes along the lines. What you just said. We have fans that, especially football, soccer fans, that are very passionate that when the team loses, they want to break down everything. So that whatever tradition, whatever you want to call it, that should never be a thing, because you're setting yourself back anyways.
Right.
So, for example, FIFA had to fine NFF yesterday.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So that's money leaving the country because FIFA is.
Yeah, you would think.
Exactly. And then the stadium, this is your stadium,
Right.
you're trashing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still think, and that's also the case in parts of South America. I mean, even in Europe, there is a whole Netflix documentary around, I think, Euros, the one Italy beats England. Yeah, there's a whole Netflix
The pen
documentary.
shootouts.
Yeah, about
The
about
Andre-
that. I think they tore down like the city even.
Wow.
Yeah, Europe. I think I've forgotten the name. It's on Netflix. It was just absolute chaos. Football is coming home. It's coming home, and then
It's becoming
yeah, it
since we
didn't.
don't see
Yeah,
am.
it didn't come home. So something like that. So I think something else too that comes to
I
mind
think they
is
also lost the final this last one too, right? To
yes to
Spain.
Spain.
Oh
Yeah,
dear. When is England?
unfortunately.
Oh Jesus. Anyways.
Yes, yes. I think so. As far as tradition, before I even get to that, I've heard so much about appropriation as far as the African culture. A lot of people feel deeply connected to the African culture that they feel very protective of it, right? So it's sort of dicey in the sense that people talk a lot about cultural appropriation. Who has the right to say identify with the African culture, who has the right to wear, say, African prints or wear African jewelry or any of those things. But I think the goal of culture is you as long as you respect the culture, as long as it's coming from a place of respect, I think the African culture is very accepting.
Yes.
As long as you respect this culture, I don't think there is anything stopping you from, engaging with the culture,
Yeah,
from,
sure.
living the culture as such, But then the dicey part is when it becomes about profit. You know what I mean? So when you think about how, whether it's with artwork or with any aspect of the culture, people monetize it because they have the power. When it doesn't benefit the folks who are actually in it, that's when it becomes problematic. Another interesting tradition is, in traditional African societies, so my great grandfather was a king and he married 12 wives, right? And my grandfather, who was a chief, married four. I know in some traditional African country in cultures, people are able to marry multiple wives. So I don't know if that's a culture we would want to keep. You know, I mean, I don't want to get
I'm
myself
I'm
into
I'm trying to look I'm trying to look at
You
it
took
from
yourself there.
from
Yeah.
it from a traditional angle, and I'm just scanning through like to
Right.
see if
Your grandfather married.
well so you're
Actually,
talking about polygamy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, yes. So I would say it's accepted.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it wasn't just about the women, it was about, like your stand in the society at the time
Yes,
too.
yes,
So yeah.
yes. So I mean, I'm like I said, I'm always on the side of tradition, but like I'm trying to also not be, but like yes, I agree with you. Yes, it's accepted that people can be polygamous in the traditional
Culture,
African.
yeah.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Yes, it's true.
Do
Yeah,
you, do
and
you?
I also think that it shouldn't be. So because I've said that,
Well,
yes, the tradition is good and we should keep tradition. But yeah, maybe this one. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Because I
well,
was actually going to say, is it actually our tradition? Like,
okay. But then it is
mm,
on some,
that's what I said. It's accepted because if so, I'm looking at it from the other angle. If I decide not to, what happens to me?
yeah, I mean, even in those times too, there are folks who didn't even get married
Do
because
you
they couldn't
get?
afford to. So it
Yeah.
wasn't like everybody was going off marrying
You get so
multiple
so
wives. So
yes, it's accepted. Like if you
yeah,
do it, it's fine to
if you
the
can afford to.
you get, but like it's not like yes, it's something that we hold in high esteem
Right.
and we hold on to tightly
Well,
in a
maybe
sense.
holding on to it and holding in high esteem is, are two different
For
things. I
example,
think.
look at the traditional wedding thing, the way they do the ceremony. It's very important. Like even
Right.
to today in a lot of places, like traditional you are Igbo, you can testify to this
Yes, so
traditional wedding. You know how it's the
it's
ceremony
such
and
a huge
everything.
celebration.
You understand?
Even funerals too. But go
You
ahead,
get like all those rights and all those things. If you don't do it, there's a way you like. I know you have to do it and all.
bro.
But if so, that's I'm trying to compare it to say things like polygamy, for example. If you decide I don't
No,
want to be
it's
polygamous, it's
no.
not that.
It's different
It's not like
because
rite of passage kind
you're the
of
one
thing.
spending your money now. You're the one that, and it's interesting too because in most cases, right? Yeah, whenever the man passes on, there's usually squabbles about
Yes.
inheritance and all those things. So it makes things very tense and all So and then especially, I don't know how those folks even survived that. in those times too.
And
But
that's part of what I was saying about, we could adopt other people's, tradition and things like that. And of course, there's a different old thing about it now because there's government, right? There is, federal government, state government. Back in the days, like say,
yeah,
in
it was different. It was a
it
different
was
set of
more like
traditional
monarchy and all those things. So,
Yep.
because of that coming into the picture now, people in marriage, for example, there is now
There are laws, yeah,
legal
against
side of
Yep.
marriage is such that now people now have wills, they have all those things which were not there back in the day. So I feel like that kind of handles that aspect. So if you get married legally to someone, and then
Right.
if someone passes on, there's a will to talk about
So,
who gets what. Right.
It's interesting too how, like I said earlier, I'm just thinking through all the different instances.
And I know you want to talk about gender roles, but go ahead.
Oh yes, 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 yes. Gender roles, gender roles, gender roles. Yes. So I'll let you take it away. Yeah, yes, you brought it up again.
No,
So,
no, like you mentioned it now. Just
yeah, we are saying the same thing. Are you not part of you're part of us? Yes.
Patrick. They are calling your name. I mean, so when it comes to gender roles, it's a very sensitive topic, obviously.
Yes. And
Ah,
always
Is
be.
it?
Yeah, it is actually.
Oh, okay.
And there's a way it's perceived across board in different places,
Mhm.
right? So this is America, for example. There's a way people, interestingly, really, honestly, there is not much difference. Even in the
You think
I've
so?
been around some Americans, not a lot,
Right.
but since I came, I
Right.
can tell you that the difference is not that much.
In
Honestly,
terms of
it's just the way we carry it out, execute that
Okay.
differs. But the idea
of
of what gender role is not. There's not much of a difference.
hmm.
For example, I'll give you an example. There is the idea in the African culture. There is the idea that the woman is the homekeeper
Right.
in the African culture,
Mhm.
such that when it comes to, say, for example, what to eat,
You make food, you bring
and
out for
making
your
sure that
husband, you know, all of
everyone
those
is
things.
is taken care of in the
Right.
house, they eat well,
Right.
and preparing meals,
Right.
and generally taking
Right.
care of what the home
Right.
looks like.
Right.
I don't think it's that different in the American culture too.
It is too, on some sense too, which is actually the whole conversation around it. So let's break it down. In the African culture, the man is the provider, the protector, the head, quote unquote, right? Now the woman is supposed to nurture, and tend the home and do all that. So the man goes out, hustles, and then comes back. The woman makes food, comes out, and right. But here, bro,
It's
more
50-50,
likely
bro.
than not, the two of them are working.
Back home too, they are.
I mean, traditionally, it's
Traditionally,
different.
This traditionally, you're talking maybe 100
No, I
years
mean,
ago
it's not.
or
I
200
mean,
years ago.
it's not just
In
100
2025,
years.
how
I
many
let's do
people
right
are
now, yeah.
how many people are not working?
No, no, no. I mean, even the kind of work they are able to do.
Everybody is working, man.
No, no, no. I get it. This guy.
Bro, everybody's working.
No, I'm not saying everybody's not working. Even the kind of work they do.
Because and really, another reason why that's
Bro,
important is-
haven't you heard about folks who, I mean, you're in church, so you probably would have heard this, who, because of the whole thing about the man being the head of the house, where people work, women work, and then they bring their salary and submit to the husband. Haven't you heard of things like that?
No.
Really?
I've never heard of
Oh,
that.
really? Yeah, in
I've read
some
that one,
church,
yeah.
yeah, in some churches, it's
It's
a
not
thing, yeah.
church.
In
It's
some
not, it's not-
churches, yeah. I
I-
mean,
Which
I,
church-
I don't want you to
I
be
don't know about that.
defensive about it. Yeah, like it's a whole thing around. In fact, when they compare the
What I
husband-
actually know is
Okay.
that I hear things like, "Oh, my money is my money. Your money is our money." That's the
Yes,
one that is
yeah,
very
it's
popular.
also-
where the man's money is everybody's money.
Money, but the woman's money is
So
at
when
home.
the woman now go and submit, honestly,
No, 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 I mean,
Yeah,
there,
that's
has
what
been-
I'm saying,
yeah,
yeah.
there are rare cases of,
Okay,
of,
yeah, rare
of-
cases,
of
Yeah,
things
you
like
should.
that.
Emphasis on the rare.
There are. I mean, even in the church. Okay, I don't want you to get defensive about
I'm
this.
not-
People
I'm
talk
telling-
a lot
I'm
about.
telling you
No, no,
what
no,
I
no.
do.
People talk a lot about. Okay, it was in the news, for instance, that Femi Otedela, one of the richest men in Nigeria, was telling the daughter that, "Oh, your husband is your boss, Mr. Easy," and all.
Yeah.
That's also sort of what's the word, emphasizing that tradition.
Yes, I'm
So
not, I'm
he
not denying
wouldn't-
that.
but I'm just saying
but
it's
the part
still
I'm
from
just
the
saying
same-
is
it's from
the
that same-
submit your money part.
No,
That
no. I'm
one
just saying. Maybe that
sounds
didn't
very
come out.
strange.
Not in
It's
this
it's
Yeah,
it's
generation.
because I know that
it's
in a lot
the-
of homes, the man, even if the woman, where the woman is working,
Right.
for a lot of people, it's still the man's responsibility to take care of everybody,
Yeah.
That's the point. Well, I get
and
it.
that is very
right.
traditional
So
as it gets.
I guess
if you're going for your first date, who's expected to pay
if you get what,
for a date? Who's expected to pay?
In most cases,
The
it's the
guy.
man.
I mean, that's a given though.
Yeah. Why
Well,
is it a
it's
given?
tradition though. Yeah.
Do you understand? That's tradition.
I see what you
So
mean.
okay, now let me flip it on you guys. Since you are the
Talk to
tradition,
me
tradition,
directly,
tradition
yeah.
is the
Flip it on
cage
me,
now.
say it.
So it means that
Say it.
are you. So it will also mean that this tradition of let men pay for first day, you want it to go away.
No, I mean, if I can, I've had dates, even recently. I mean, I've been broke lately. Yes. Let me say it.
Let's
yes,
do
because you don't
go
know
for-
when your helper
go for
wants
me.
to help you.
Yes, please,
right?
let
So,
him- let him go.
right. So I've
Yes.
been broke lately,
Mm.
but I've had,
Dates.
where,
Wow.
I'll let like,
Wow.
what's that? Like, and I
Why,
didn't-
Patrick? Why are you looking like that, please?
I'm letting him speak because
sorry.
you shouldn't say anything to throw
Why-
him
why-
off. Of course, please.
That's true, okay.
Right, so
Mhm.
I'm not saying again. That's also part of the changes, because even as an African man, as a Nigerian man, it took me trying to like get over
The idea, yeah.
in my head that
Oh, I'm supposed
okay,
to pay.
because I'm not able to pay now, it still shouldn't stop me from I guess
yeah.
enjoying the experience,
yeah,
because
true,
again,
true.
these things are deeply rooted in our psyche.
Mhm.
You get what I mean? The idea that a man is supposed to be
always,
masculine,
yeah,
a man is
and show
supposed to
up
take care of things
pay.
and all that. I mean, over here it's 50-50.
Yes.
Or you eat what you pay, what you eat, something like that, which is different too. But I
Yeah.
think it's interesting too how much of what we believe comes from tradition. It's, I think, very, very interesting. I was also going to talk about, even faith communities, how worship is done, has changed over time. I mean, I grew up in a very Pentecostal, conservative space where, women weren't expected to fix artificial braids in their hair, no makeup, no
Which time
nail
are you talking
polish.
about?
Which time?
Yes.
Bro,
This is very.
it sounds old-fashioned, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you'll be surprised. It's still, applicable in certain
Where?
places now.
Not
Yeah.
the women I know, not the girls I know.
I mean, it's again different. So I remember growing up and seeing that constant tension with the folks, and even the generations before me, where they rebelled against those authority and they had to leave the church.
Yes, it's their work that is.
You see what I mean? And then I've seen even how the church has struggled under the burden of tradition because they couldn't keep up to the time. Because, the whole understanding was the way they understood, I guess, the scriptures or the Bible was that these things we are seeing, and then one shouldn't do it. So I've seen
like
how.
what?
I just said it now, fixing artificial,
Okay.
at nails,
Yeah.
makeup even in some
Yeah,
places.
yeah,
You see, you can relate to that too, right? So it's that constant push and pull between culture and progress. And I think, just like how I feel about the African culture, we honor tradition, we honor culture, but the goal is to actually move it forward.
Yeah.
Because I mean, think about survival of the fittest. Culture dies off, or certain aspects of tradition dies off too over time. So we take the useful part of it and not, and then do away with the other parts too.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Actually, yes. Another tradition. Yes, actually, this is a tradition that almost all African parents have in their head.
Which one is that?
The moment your son, braids his hair, for example.
Bro, why
that
would
is
you
seen-
even braid your
Yes,
or
that
even
is-
tattoos even, for
Yes,
instance?
tattoos,
Like I
yes.
want to get a tattoo, but
You want to do what?
I want to get a tattoo.
Yeah. Hey God. Yes, please tell us why.
Do I have to tell you
Yes,
why?
tell us why you want
I
to
feel
get it.
like I'm feeling like a
Don't
then
say
it's
it,
okay.
No. I mean, I want, but then like what Dr. Rezek talks. Sometimes you feel like, is this important enough that you want to put it on your body permanently? But I mean, I love how tattoo looks on others. I love, the arts as an art. And
Yes, it's actually I remember when I first got here 2 years ago, and I was on campus, and I wouldn't go a day without seeing at least three people tatted, like
oh yeah.
Three.
tats.
Almost
Yeah.
everybody.
Almost everybody's tatted.
Each one
And
is
I
three.
think the interesting
Three
thing
K.
too is for some it's deep.
Yes.
For some others,
It's
it's
not.
just
Yeah, it's
like I
just a
was telling.
tat.
I've seen people draw like Mickey Mouse on their body.
I mean, it's important to them.
Now I'm just saying, as far as I've seen people, have like maybe their mom write stuff, maybe in their past, and then they tattooed the handwriting.
I
It's
think
deeper than
I think some
Mickey
of the
Mouse.
most I think some of the most popular tats I've seen include a Bible verse,
Oh, okay.
names,
Okay.
and then birth year. Like that's one I've seen a
Oh,
lot.
yeah?
Birth year, like the 04, 05, I've seen so many
So
times.
I remember when this Gen Z started braiding his hair. He wouldn't let his dad or his mom see it on a video call. He-
Yeah, but now they've seen it. So
I'm sure they're probably thinking of disowning you.
maybe, but I don't think that's as you said, I'm the
Yeah.
ultimate saint.
You are the what?
The ultimate Mukubwa. They cannot.
Look at you.
Uh,
Gen Z
anyway,
Mukubwa.
yeah.
Oh, God.
We'll be going on a break shortly. We're still on Awesome Radio,
Yes.
105.7, 1570 AM WECU.
Don't
And
touch that dial.
Yes, don't touch that.
Which
dial.
that? What's going on, guys?
We'll be right back.
Yes, thank you for staying with us. We can see you all. We've had a number of people join us on the live on social media. Thank you for listening to Pit Perspectives on Awesome Radio. Yes, this is the last stretch, and we have a couple community events today, actually. So we have the Sense 2001 2001
Yes, as Victor was saying, we have the St. Gabriel's event today. Starting at is it starting at 11?
Yes, actually, yes. I was calling my laptop password for AY.
Yes.
Yes, so yeah, we have the St. Gabriel's International Festival today. There will be food booths from 35 plus countries.
And by the way, this is a tradition that has been going
Yes,
on.
it
that
is.
is preserving.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I mean, it was a big hit last year,
It
and we'll be
was,
singing
it
too.
was,
Yeah,
it
so
was,
come
it
out
was
and see
huge, man.
AY and Patrick and all
Yeah.
of us singing. So I
And
think
Angelica from
yes,
Ghana.
Ghana, yeah, we'll be singing
Who else is
some
singing? Praise
African
is
music.
singing. Oyemeyo.
Yes,
Oyemeyo.
oh,
Yes.
yes,
Oyemeyo. Oyemeyo.
Yes, there'll be St. Gabriel International
I think
Festival.
Joris too is.
Yeah, Joris, yes, Joris is also
So,
going to join
and Bro
us.
Augustine.
Yep, it would be an amazing. We'll be singing some live African music. There will be music performances from other dance and cultural groups. It's just a fun way to, something to bring out the family out to. So it's happening at St. Gabriel, Mother of Sorrow, I think. Yeah, Catholic Church. It's off of Dickinson Avenue. I think it's a very big Catholic church right here. Yes, and don't forget, early voting begins October 16th. So if you're eligible to vote, check your local polling locations and make a plan to vote. Events like these are what make our community vibrant and connected. I think tonight is also Latin Social Night, and October 1st too is to the Oktoberfest. like Oktoberfest, Fest. I think it has German origins. It's like a beer festival or something.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going on to downtown
Today?
Yes,
Wow.
yes. So Pitt Street Brewing Company, Uptown Brewing. Yeah, I think it's a huge German. It has huge German origins.
And this week
too.
was Nigeria's Independence Day.
Oh,
of
yes,
October. Shout out
yes,
to all
first of all,
Nigerians
yeah,
all
shout out
across
to
the world.
Nigeria. Yes.
Yeah.
So Ewa is one of the most patriotic Nigerians I've seen.
Nigeria.
If you leave him,
See
he'll
how-
start
do
singing
you
the
see how
Nigerian
important I
national
am?
anthem.
Yeah.
Do you
What?
see how important I am?
What's
AY
that?
is the most patriotic.
One of the most patriotic, not
Yes,
most
my
patrick.
name has to be in
What's
there.
this
Don't
guy?
worry, just keep going.
How is your name,
Patrick, patriotic.
Yes, it's derived from my name. Yes, please let's keep going. We also have
Mukubo.
I suppose the show before I call the show.
He's still half asleep.
uh,
Yes.
dear.
Oh yeah, I wanted to say something. We're talking about culture, and maybe there's Western culture for sure.
Okay.
But I think something that gives glimpse into what a different culture could look like is the times of Shakespeare and all that. And a good show to watch for our American
We are
audience.
at thou, my love. Say it.
Okay, why are you laughing?
That is Shakespearean.
This guy is not okay. Anyways, a good show to watch would be Game of Thrones. Like they have a lot of traditions and
I
mourning.
actually
and-
enjoyed Game
Yeah,
of Thrones.
right?
Yeah. Oh, you enjoyed it?
Yeah,
House
that
of
was that's my
Lannister.
favorite.
Oh, yeah,
Really?
series
of all
of-
I
time.
just
Oh,
started
really?
watching
Yeah.
it. just
Yeah, I
started
mean, I
watching it.
Oh, you just started
watched it
watching?
after
Yeah,
that.
Oh,
I just started
bro,
watching it. It's
yeah, in
amazing,
for some.
actually. It's
What
amazing.
season are you now?
Season
Wow.
3.
Oh,
Season
okay.
3. Okay.
Yes, it's amazing.
You
right now.
know
Hope
nothing.
you are not exposed to
Funny
any
thing
form
is-
of spoilers or
It's
anything.
not.
Hope
No,
you're
no,
soaking it.
I don't
Okay.
want no
You're
spoilers.
enjoying it,
Funny thing is, when school was not in session over the summer, I was looking for a series to watch, and I watched one episode of Game of Thrones. I was like, oh my god, this is so
Nah.
boring.
The
What is
first
hype?
5 episodes. You are going
Yes,
to
I was like, what is the hype about?
so
But then
they're trying
funny
to
enough,
set it up.
Yes, funny enough, school comes in season. I have so much things going on, and I have a break because I'm so tired. I'm taking a break regardless of whatever happens. I watch one episode and
You
it
perish,
hooks
you
me, and I'm like,
perish.
bro, what's going on with school? The moment you have so much things to do, things get interesting.
I think
and
the Game of Thrones actually starts when the king dies.
Yes.
That's when it really
starts,
gets like
yes.
from that point
Yes.
till the last episode.
Yes.
Back to back action drama, bro.
Yes, yeah.
I'm sure some
From
of
that
our
point,
listeners are
nah,
looking
nah,
off
nah,
Game
nah,
of
nah,
Thrones.
nah,
now.
Yes,
You know.
if you want,
If you
what
if you can
tradition
survive the
looks
first
like.
maybe 4-5 episodes.
And please don't get emotionally engaged.
Yes,
Because
yes. Yeah,
you
it's-
would be
it's-
sad.
Yes.
You will love it.
Because
Anyways,
there's a lot
moving
of-
on.
Yes, you know nothing, Jon Snow. That's from Game of Thrones,
Yes,
right?
Yeah,
yes.
you know nothing, Jon Snow. Yeah, I just saw that episode yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Actually, yeah, you said that
Hey.
yesterday.
At least you can't say I didn't do anything for you.
What?
Yes. Yes. Our weekly inspiration. Let's get it out of the way. Tradition is a guide, not a jailer. Progress doesn't mean cutting off your roots. It means growing new branches. Find that balance and you shape a future that honors the past while embracing the possibilities of tomorrow.
Amen.
Yeah, amen to that. Amen to that. And don't forget, it is possible to honor the past while also embracing the future.
Mukubo.
Please, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, man.
You
it's
know,
Honor the
good.
word,
past.
word is an American thing. Like when you say something,
Yeah, word
someone
or
said
bet.
word.
Yeah, say that a lot.
Yeah,
too.
bet.
Bet.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
knew
what I'm
that.
like.
Because I know we say it back home too. So
Yeah, I mean, for
word.
real, I love a decent, number of American culture and
Yeah.
traditions too.
Yeah, it's really
Like Thanksgiving.
interesting.
I'm actually learning the anthem.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Star
Are you-
Spangled Banner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. On a good day, I'll sing it on the show.
Oh, wow.
Yes, guys. Thank you to everyone who's been listening. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting. Yes, Pirates Entrepreneurship Challenge. We are taking Pitt perspectives to the business competition on campus
Yes.
on Tuesday at the mall.
Yes.
Come out and vote for us. That's all from us on today's episode of Pitt Perspectives. Keep listening and don't touch the dial. Boom.
The boom, boom, boom.